Hi everyone, it's me, Xena Warrior Princess, or Xena Pappas, or Xena Amphipolis. So I'm doing a YouTube live stream, and I haven't done one since, I guess, September, yeah. So I first tried doing it the first time, and it just spins around saying going live, never goes live. And apparently there's this thing that says able live stream, and it just sends you to Google Hangout. So right now it's just me and nobody else is on this YouTube live stream, so let me get into it. First off, Xena says, I'm here to tell a certain someone on YouTube. Well, I'm not going to tell anybody on YouTube anything. Well, so I got my first follower here. Now, so let's see, what underwarps could I talk about? Oh, well, first off, English is a Germanic language, a Germanic speech, a Scandinavian speech. Yes, English did. Oh, hi. Yes, it has been a while. So, yes, English is a Germanic speech. And it's true, English did take borrowed words from other speeches like Latin and French and Greek and sundry others. But at its core, it's still European Germanic, still European Scandinavian, you know. And I don't care what books or movies or whatever you look at, they're all going to say that English is Germanic. Why am I saying this? Since someone on YouTube actually thinks English is Italic. No, it's not. English is Germanic. English is a Germanic speech, took borrowed words from Latin, borrowed words from French, borrowed words from Gaelic, and borrowed words from Greek, but English is still Germanic. You know, its core, both the core word stock is Germanic. So English is a Germanic language. You know, so according to this fight, let's take French, for example. French is an Italic speech. But French took borrowed words from Gaelic and borrowed word from Frankish and borrowed word from English. Does that mean French isn't Italic? No, French is still an Italic speech, like English is still a Germanic speech. But so-and-so isn't going to come on YouTube and say that they were wrong about that. You know, I don't know everything. And there's a lot of things that I'm wrong about. But when a lot of men and women learned what their speech was, looked at word stock and books and stuff, and those men and women say that it's Germanic, then I say it's Germanic. It's not that we're all wrong. Xena, Miss Pappas Kuska, I don't know if you want to spend your whole YouTube live stream talking about English being Germanic. No, but it's one of my underwarps. You know, one of my underwarps here. Yes, it has been a while. I haven't done a YouTube live stream since September of this year. And so, as you can know, there's a fan running in the background. The air condition went to hell. And it broke. But then again, that's not a big deal because we're probably going to get the air condition fixed next year. Oh, hi. Yeah, the fan's behind us right there. So, and also another underwarp here about, I've come to terms with this. That not everybody on YouTube or not everyone on Twitter is going to like you. I come to terms with that. But then there are just those who are just, jerks right off the front. Those who are bad friends, and they will say all kinds of things about you. They'll, make you feel bad. Like Gabby the Bard, or Gab the Bard, whatever she wants to call herself. She said that everything I said about her in that movie was a lie. Well, here are some truths. Number one, you did ask Dwayne what his true name was, and he told you. And you were okay with it until that Friday. And then you started acting like a jerk. That's the truth. Of course, she'll deny it. If you ever talk to her on Twitter, she'll probably deny it. Or she'll just block and mute you. She made Dwayne sob. Said she couldn't be his friend since, he show plays as XENA and does it on YouTube, blah, 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 I don't know. So she's fucked up, and I have come to terms with it, and I've moved on with it. But it is what it is. Topic, I guess. It would be topic or side talk or whatever you want to call it, I guess. Do you think there's even a XENA, do you even think there's a word for it? There is a word for it. You know. There probably is a word for it. How long you want to do this YouTube live stream for? I don't know. Maybe an hour and a half. I don't know. So, what do you think about The Undertaker losing to Triple H at the Super Showdown? I'm angry. I get very passionate about, I like my wrestling, and if my wrestler wins, it's good, but if they lose, I get all sad and everything, you know. So it is what it is. I'm not happy about it. You know. Yes, I still have my frog son, Dylan. He's right there. So, it is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it is what it is. You know. I went there with my husband, Gabe, my daughter, Gabrielle, my goddaughters, Jordan and Jade, saw all that, and then I got really sad. See, I take their wins are my wins. Their losses are our losses. They lose, you hurt me. You harmed me. You motherfucker, why'd you beat him? Things like that. And that's what I do. So, yeah, and then in the beginning of this, I go on YouTube live stream. At first, it just spins around, says going live, but doesn't go live. And then I do it again, thinking, "Oh, great, this is gonna be great." And at first, I think to myself, did I lose the YouTube live stream gift? No, I didn't lose the gift. No, God forbid if I start losing this gift. Yeah. Jordan isn't really good with kids. You know, she isn't really good with kids, so she wouldn't want to be in any movie with Dylan. You know. Wouldn't want to be in any movie with Dylan right now. You know. And he's asleep right now. Don't want to wake him up or anything. Yeah, it's Dylan. You know. So it is what it is. But I don't really think anything else. So then there's also getting back on what I was another thing I was talking about is that apparently there are some men and women. Apparently there are some men and women on YouTube on Twitter, my mistake, who don't like how I do XENA, and they get all angry and shit. Well, if you overlook Gab the Bard and XENA Warrior, those two dummies, and the XENA fan movie, that's another dummy. And then XENA watch movie, XENA, yeah, that's another dummy out there that, but I have this belief that they're probably all just her troll accounts, probably. She doesn't really, they're probably all her troll accounts. She probably have more than one troll account, most likely. Have to believe it's some type of influence. She doesn't have any influence on anything. But it is what it is, sadly. But, and then I got this other dumb thing going on, this other dumb thing that happened on Twitter, and Twitter still doesn't fix it. Oh, hi, Kate. So Twitter doesn't fix it. I start losing followers, but it makes no sense. My follower count goes down, and it keeps going down, but I keep getting followers and followers, but the numbers keep going down. That's a fuck up. But here's my mistake. Never tell Twitter you got a bind, because they ain't going to fix it. At least YouTube, you actually feed YouTube feedback, they might actually do something, actually fix it, but Twitter won't. So it is what it is. Yeah. And what else did you want to say? Geez, I don't know, Jamie, what else I wanted to say. I don't know. You know that we always gotta watch over you. Yeah, I know. I'm name known now, and somebody wants to slay me. Yeah, pretty much that. Right. But you always know that you can always depend on us. Yeah, I'm sure I can, XENA says. Just like that one time, right? Yeah, nobody's never ever going to get to you again. Oh, of course they're never going to get to me again. That was a fluke what happened with Marcus Titus. And I assure you that's never going to happen again. And why do I bring others on my YouTube live stream? I guess to try to make it be, watchable. Make it Gleesman. Yeah, one time they did. Yeah. Jamie Noble and Nydia were together at one point. Yes. That was true. Yeah, now I got 4 followers now. In case anyone came in, the first thing I talked about was a bad friend on Twitter, a bad friend on YouTube that I've actually come to terms with, and ain't really shit that she can say or do, and yeah, and that's why she lost her wrestling fight to to Kennedy today on Monday Night Raw. That's why she didn't win it. But it is what it is. And then this is going to be dumb. And I don't know if anybody's going to want to hear this one. So, yeah. All right. And the fans not doing any good. Fans not doing any good right now. You would think it would work, but no. It doesn't do shit. I don't know what Gabrielle's doing. I'm not sure what she's doing right now. I'll tell you the truth. And the fan doesn't do shit. Yeah, I don't know what Gabrielle's doing, and tell you the truth. Yep. I used to think these YouTube live streams, I used to think I'd be really good at them. But we all know that I'm not good at them. I mean, we're going to be earnest here for any of the 4 followers that are still here. I'm not really that Gleesman. You know, my movies don't really get a lot of views, so I'm always doing something that someone doesn't like. Oh, some might not like the likeness you take for the movie. Some might not like it that you put in cap locks or whatever. You know, you're never ever going to make anyone happy. So it is what it is. But I don't know. We made a movie earlier today, and it was called The Freddy Krueger Stunt. And we did that today as well. Well, it looks like I just lost someone now. So, Xena, what's going on? Doing a YouTube, let's start clearing my throat. Doing a YouTube live stream. I only have like 4 followers, but then YouTube says, no, you only had 3 followers. And I don't even know if any of them are actually still on or not. And the bloody fan's not working right. It can't even keep me cold. Yeah, it is what it is. I guess the only way it'd work if you actually had to. It doesn't work. I mean, look. I got it running on full blast, and this shit, it ain't working. Yeah. I mean, it's all fucked up. Yeah, Walrus said it is fucked up. At least fans have a longer lifespan than air conditioners. They're always, they eventually wear out. Yeah. No, I don't think I ever would. Xena said, given the fact that I have probably more things in common with more things with the Undertaker than I do China. I know some might not believe it, but it is what it is. Well, I guess I gotta get going, Awaris says. Yeah, what can you do about it? The fan's fucked up. It can't even keep this room cold. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. Yes, it is. And the air condition jacked up last week. And shit probably won't be able to fix that until next year anyway. And worst comes to worst, and we'll probably have to get those little indoor fans. It don't matter how much weird guild you got. I could probably have a lot of weird guild, Xena says. Me and Gabriel could to see if that shit would be fixed, but most likely we're not going to fix it until next year. And the fan doesn't really seem to do any good either. But it is what it is. I can't say. I guess that works. So here's another thing, and I'm sure everybody out there are gonna say, "Well, why are we gonna talk about this for?" Well, there's somebody on YouTube who thinks that English is Italic, but no, English is Germanic, European Germanic. It's a European Germanic speech. Yeah, it's true. English did take borrowed words from Gaelic and borrowed words from Latin and French and Greek and sundry other speeches, you know. But English at its core or foundation is Germanic. The core of its word stock is Germanic, so it is a Germanic speech. And of all the movies that I've watched on it, and all the Four-Seer shows about it, and all of the things studied, learned about it, it's a Germanic speech, you know. And it is what it is. And I mean, other speeches take borrowed words from other speeches too. I mean, take French. French is a Italic speech, and French took borrowed words from Gaelic and Frankish and English, but French at its core is Italic. So yeah, it's still Italic speech. Well, English at its core is still Germanic, and even though English took borrowed words from Gaelic and Latin and French and Greek and other speeches, and they took borrowed words from English at the same time as well. But English is still Italic. English is still Germanic, still Scandinavian speech. So this one friend on YouTube did not, basically was wrong, at least, and that was wrong. And it's not like she's going to come on YouTube and say, you were right about it. You know? Yeah. The fans right behind me, yes. Yeah. And when I started out with having 4 followers, now I'm just bumped down to 2. This is how you know how ungleasement you are. How you can't make anyone believe. Yeah. See, I just knew it. Either it was I lost him somewhere. Either it was with Jamie Noble, Joey Mercury showing up, when I showed Dylan, or when Alaris showed up. Or maybe I lost him when I started talking about English being a Scandinavian speech. I don't know. Maybe I lost him when I talked about the air condition being besmirched and running a fan. I don't know. But somewhere I lost him. Somehow started out with about 5 followers, and YouTube has now tweeted it down to about 2. So, yeah, that's how you know. Yeah, that's how I come up with the belief that I'm not really that good. That not really everyone likes my work. And I'm okay with that. I understand not everybody's going to like your work or you. All right? But, yeah. Well, you know, yeah. And if I would believe what my haters would say, and I don't really believe what they would say, they'd say, "Oh, well, you had 5 and now you're down to 2. That means you're dumb. No one likes you." Yeah, that's like having a Four-Seer television show, or a Four-Seer show that does really good at one point. It has this big peak where it did very well with the ratings, and then eventually over time it starts to lose interest with some. These same men and women will claim, "Oh, well, you did something wrong. They're leaving you. This is where you did wrong." So I guess it's kind of, But my channel never had a peak period. See, I opened this channel in 2014 AD. It never had a peak period, you know. So I was never a time where I was ever on top of anything, you know. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is what it is. I really don't know. And if you do, hold on. If you do want me to bring Gabrielle on, I'll have to. But gotta bring her on. You gotta bring the tape so I can put the fighting staff on it. And while I go and do that, some other followers on here will say, "Oh well, I can't watch this. He's not gonna undo it." No, I never undo my movies. Editing European Italic Latin borrowed word. I never undo my movies. Never. So something's in them, something's in them. That's the way it goes. You're never going to win anyone over. There's always going to be someone that doesn't like what you do. Oh, well, you've made the words too big. Or I didn't like the likeness that the YouTube gave you. You know? Or I don't like, what you talked about. So you're never going to win anyone over. That's just the way it is. I used to always hear my haters, these used to be Sailor Moon's haters back in the day, saying shit like, "Whoa, if you edited or undid your movies, I'd like them." Oh, well, I did that, and you still would be angry. It's angry over it. And hey, I'm very happy for the followers I do have for Sailor Moon and Power Rangers and Jordan and Jordan Long and TWF and XENA. Yeah, I'm very happy for that. Very grateful of I even got the traction that I got, especially on YouTube live stream. Why do I never use Google Hangout? Well, I'll tell you why, Zena said. Number one, my followers were never on the same time I was on during that. Number two, it was clunky. I gotta get new. This is it for this tape. It was clunky. The things never did what it was supposed to do. It always took too long for lay to become playable. It was just, and I only used it until I could find a way to use video file upload again. So let's see. And that's the way it is, Xena says. And I do. If you're talking about Sailor Moon, yeah. And the point to why there ain't less haters is that it's just you block, ban them, and you ignore them. You don't talk to them. You don't speak to them. You don't give them anything to work with. They just move on. So it is what it is. But Sailor Moon had the whole big chunk of hating that was going on. Power Rangers really didn't get so much. Jordan Long didn't really get so much. TWF didn't really get so much. Didn't get so much. The big portion of hate that was going on was from 2008 AD up to 2013 AD. And that was from Sailor Moon or Sailor Moon Red, Sailor Moon Red 1, Sailor Moon's Best 1, Sailor Moon's Best 2, Sailor Moon on YouTube, Sailor Moon 1, Sailor Moon 2, Sailor Moon Red 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So you just learn to block, ban, don't even do anything, and they just move on. So that's why. But the point I'm getting at, they're always going to find something to bitch about. But you can never, ever make anyone like your stuff. You're always going to have, someone's always never going to like one thing. It's like, well, So let's say you put everything in lowercase, but someone might not like the thumbnail, so it turns, might not like the likeness, so they walk away. Or you have a good likeness, but they don't like it being big cap lock. So either way, you're never ever gonna do that. And don't ask me how the small portion of YouTubers out there managed to do this. I don't know. Well, Mom, you're doing a YouTube live stream again. Yes, I am, Gabrielle. So when did you start this? It's 5, so I'd probably start around 5. You had about, what, 5 followers? I think down to 2. But I have a belief that it's basically YouTube fucking up and making it look like that all the 5 followers left when really they're there. I mean, did all 5 of them say, oh, this YouTube live stream isn't what I thought it was? She's talking about English. She's talking about a bad friend on YouTube and Twitter. She's got Jane J. Security with her. Oh, Savaris, look, she's got a frog son named Dylan. Oh, this isn't what I wanted. When I looked at the title and it said live stream time, I don't know what I was getting into. Well, Mom, it is what it is. At least you got some traction on there. Yeah, I know I do. And by rights, I really shouldn't have it. You know, if I did a normal YouTube movie, the same followers who are on here right now probably wouldn't see it. But make a YouTube live stream and boom. But what about Google Hangout? I am doing Google Hangouts, Gabrielle, I tell you. They're not as good as YouTube live streams. The likeness is a shit. The high definition is like so messed up in it that, and it takes too long to furlade and make the movie playable. At least with YouTube live stream, you can actually watch the movie while it's being furladed. So you don't have to wait for that shit to take an hour just to furlade. I mean, and it's not hard, Let's just say that YouTube live stream is what is basically all the things that Google Hangouts should be. And I know a lot of men and women are like, whoa, we want to use Google Hangout because men and women can join in. Well, Gabrielle said no one joined in on ours. Were we supposed to enable that or turn it on or something? You couldn't make anything on. You couldn't make anything off, Gabrielle. You couldn't do anything. So it is what it is. And I got 2. It is what it is. The Power Rangers are. Oh, I gotta go. Gabrielle says that the Power Rangers are good. It's just that I haven't come across any new Power Ranger dolls yet. So when I come across new Power Ranger dolls, then I'll probably start making other movies on there. So there really hasn't been making really too many dolls lately. So that's why. Since Bandai's kind of wrapping up on making the Power Ranger dolls, Hasbro's going to take over doing it next year. So when the new ones come out for the new Power Rangers season, then I'll probably get those. And probably start making new movies once I get those. But they're all doing fine. But next time I go to Aldi's outlet, I'm going to get the big movie ones. So I got the small movie ones, I get the big movie ones. But they're doing all right. The latest movie I made on there was Rita Repulsa. I went full circle. I got the small one, the big one, and now the other one with the flying staff. So, yeah. Yeah, Hasbro got the deal from Siobhan, so they're going to start making them next year. So that's the reason. Because what I do is if I go to Walmart or I go to Kmart or I go to Aldi's or wherever I go to, and I just see it. And it doesn't really see it, and what I get is what I get, and I want to make a movie out of. So we haven't really found anyone lately. So next time I go to Aldi's, I get some more of the movie ones, the big ones, obviously, or the minister ones, whatever. I'll do that, but they're doing fine. And since there's some, yeah. Oh, yeah. And that reminds me, Xena said, that reminds me, on that one. I'm sure someone's going to ask if Sailor Moon's doing all right. Yeah, they're doing fine, too. But that's an ongoing process. Still trying to look for Sailor Neptune and Sailor Saturn. Still trying to find them, and been unlucky to find them either on Amazon or either on eBay. But it is what it is. And I really do think that my show should, it is what it is. Yeah, well, you bring that up, but it's still not good. It's just as hard as all the other undoers, or editors, what you want to call them. Take a movie. We're not going to tell you how it works. We're not going to tell you how anything works. Just make a movie and besmirch it, and then find out after you besmirched your movie, oh, this is how it works. Yeah, just like all the other ones. Yeah, I'm not going to besmirch one of my movies since no, they never work right. And I got some experience. I have wisdom on this. I used to have Microsoft Windows Movie Maker. Oh, that whiff of shit. If you want to make a movie brighter, it'd do that. You want to make it darker, it'd do that. If you wanted to, I don't know, put a title or name on it, could do that. Want to cut things out? Yeah, it could do that. You want to bring things back together? Can't. Once you cut the thing out, that's it. It's gone. It's gone. You besmirched your movie. An ArcSoft video processor, ArcSoft webcam companion was the same way. They didn't do all the things they claimed they could do. And don't get me started with Cyberlink Power Director. It was broken. All it would let you do is make a movie. You couldn't do anything else with it. And as far as the YouTube editor went, it was broken the first time around. So the new one's probably just as fucked up as the last one. And we all know Apple Macintosh iMovie is hard to use. Final Cut, Mackie-Cam, Sony Vegas, all of them, they're just shit. No one knows how to use them. You besmirch a movie. It's like, oh, I'm going to make a movie just to besmirch it, just to find out this does that, because the dummies that make it don't want to tell you how to do anything. And it could be one of those, and not doing that. They say editing's your friend. No, undoing is my foe. All right? Undoing's my foe. So it is what it is. So no, it wouldn't work any more better. It wouldn't do any more good. It would fuck up your movie. It would fuck up my movie just like it would fuck up it before. Wouldn't win anybody over. And I don't have to undo my movies. My goddaughter Jordan makes movies and she doesn't undo them. Yeah. So it is what it is. Well, that's it. I think I just ran off all the followers I had. I had about 5 of them. It's saying I got 2, and they're all probably gone now. So it is what it is. What made me think I could act? What made me think to do that? Well, I'll tell you, Xena. Hold on. I will tell you, Xena, what made you think you could make good movies was that you had the New Day. That was what made you think good movies. Yeah, Kobe, probably true and all. We on YouTube live stream? Yeah, we're on a YouTube live stream. What happened to the dumpster? Got broke. I threw it and it broke. I didn't mean to. Yeah, you didn't mean to. See, yeah. But don't worry. You got the New Day backing you up. Yeah, and if you got the New Day backing you up, you don't need any other backup, Xena. Well, Xavier, that's true, but what happened to that hair wig? I don't know. It's just some hair wig that someone decided to make. I guess I could go the other one that's in the bin, but then again, what is it? I like to think that you'll do good. All right. No need to be talking about bad here. Not everyone is See, you got 5 followers. I wouldn't overlook that. YouTube likes to make mistakes all the time. They'll make you think you're losing your subscribers. You go on there and you're seeing, yeah, I know, but it is what it is. But really, you might have more than you really think. So, and also giving to the fact, Xena, that you actually brought us to the Toy Wrestling Federation. That was probably a good thing as well. But you should never ever doubt yourself, since not everyone is bold enough to come on YouTube and do what you do. All right. You know, there was no one else on YouTube that does what you do, Xena. You put in Xena spoof, you ain't going to find anyone else doing this, what you do on YouTube. So, in other words, Xena, you're the first. Well, you would think, Xena says, no. Do you think anyone was going to come on here and have a Xena doll from Toy Biz doing things? No. There's not really too many doing that sort of thing. So, you did good. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Xena said, yeah, don't forget. Yeah, I can't forget about Bootio cereal and their pancake line, whatever they end up calling that. And then there was the ice cream they tried doing at one point. Yeah. So it is what it is. And those 3 are set to meet Mr. Incredible and Elastic Girl for the TWF World Tag Team Championship, since they won their wrestling fight against Mara and Mara. Those 2, fairies from the Dollar Tree. That I say are from Mothra, but really they're not, but that's just what I say. Yeah. So how is it that you can start out with 5 followers, then YouTube make you think you lost them all? I don't know. But that's what's going on Twitter. My Twitter account's been fucked up for some time. It keeps going down every day, but I keep on getting more followers. And speaking of that, I got to go on Twitter right now and look at something. And nobody understands that one. Nobody at Twitter understands that. You try telling them, they don't know how to fix their shit. I'm on YouTube right now. Do I need to put a likeness down? Yeah, I do. Hold on there, Xena said. I need to paste and copy, put a likeness down on that. Yes, I know I'm using the likenesses of Lucille Lawless. Oh well. She's just one of my double daggers. Someone that looks just like me. But I don't know if the two of us ever really do get along. I've been putting up a charade. I've been putting. Did I paste and copy the from what I just wrote down? Yeah, I hope I what I booked down I did. There we go. Yeah, I did. Then I did the YouTube. Originally did this YouTube live stream way back when I first got them, but then no one came on, and I was like, this isn't going anywhere. And then I got mad, and then I threw the dumpster. It was this dumpster that Jeff Pacifics had made, I think, or maybe it was Mattel, one or two. So I threw it, and the lid broke off. Hey, and I didn't mean to break it. But of course, if it was, if you would think that would have gone over that. So it is what it is. Oh yeah, well, I forgot to mention, I keep mentioning this book all the time. I don't think but the book doesn't really seem to do anything for anyone. The DK's Raw, the first 25 years, talks about everything that happened on Monday Night Raw from 1993 AD up to 2018 AD. Everything on USA and TNN and Spike and USA. Gotta return that this Saturday, the 13th. But anytime I show the book off, I don't really get any reaction. I mean, Jordan talked about the book yesterday, and no one really seemed to say, anything about it. So it is what it is. Yeah. I thought it was next week. It's actually tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, if that is the case, that is good for SmackDown. Then SmackDown Live. SmackDown's been around since 1999 AD, of course. And if they make a book on it, the book would actually say to SmackDown for how many years was that? Not 25. I gotta calculate how many years that was. But $19 years. So it would be the SmackDown the first 19 years. And it'd probably talk about everything that happened on SmackDown from 1999 AD to 2018 AD. Then it would basically everything that happened on UPN, CW, My Network TV, Sci-Fi, USA, and Fox Sports. Yeah. Next October of next year, SmackDown Live is going to go on Fox Sports. It's going to stay live on Friday, go back on Friday, be live from 8 to 10. Jerry Lawler's going to be back on the announce team again and some other things for when it goes to Fox Sports. That's next year. But as of right now, USA still has a 1.5 year deal with them, with at least with SmackDown Live. You know. Well, actually, because they're celebrating SmackDown's 100th episodes that they have done for their 19 years. You know, so that would, for their 19 years. Yeah. You see, SmackDown started in 1999 AD. The first SmackDown was actually a pilot episode that was on UPN, and it was on Tuesday, and it was a pilot episode. But when UPN finally licensed, when UPN and WWE finally decided to do the show full time, it was then on Thursday on UPN, at least from 1999 until 2006 AD, of course. Then UPN became CW, then was pushed to Friday nights, and was on CW from 2006 AD to 2008 AD. Then it was on My Network TV, and that was from 2008 AD to 2010 AD. Then it was on Sci-Fi from 2010 AD to 2015 AD. Then it was on USA after that from 2015 AD to 2019 AD. It was on Friday, then it was back on Thursday for a while again, and eventually on Tuesday. And when it goes on Fox Sports 2019, it's presently back on Friday again. But it's going to stay live. It's going to be at 8 o'clock to 10 on Fox Sports next year. It's going to still stay live. Jerry Lawler's going to be back on the announce team again with probably Tom Phillips and Baron Saxon, I think. That's all I know. So yeah, SmackDown's only been going on for 19 years and have 100 episodes. So that would be their 100 episode celebration. And yeah. But it said 10,000 episode special. I guess it'd be 10,000 episodes or something like that. Yeah. Well, let's see how that goes. You know. Now, I know what you're probably thinking to yourself. Oh, well, XENA, how come you don't do, why doesn't TWF don't do YouTube live streams and stuff? I don't know. Just never really in the mood to do it. That's all. It's like, I don't know. Now, if we would do the movie, and by the time the movie would be done, it wouldn't be that long. Like, if we did do it, like, I don't know, it depends what our mood is. Never did. Well, looks like that's it. I gotta go. Want to thank everyone for coming to my YouTube live stream, all the 5 followers. As YouTube would make me think it was only 2 followers. And for the 2 thumbs up. I'm XENA Warrior Princess, XENA Pappas, XENA Benfiplis, XENA Warrior Mom. I'll see you all later. Oh, I farted.